Hello and welcome back to another video here on the drivenDiecast channel. Last time I said, oh, maybe we'll do a Kyle Larson car or a Ryan Blaney car or a Bubba Wallace car, maybe another Chase Elliott car, which was probably what I was going to do. But I was looking through my diecast and I'm like, you know which one I want to do next? I want to do the Ross Chastain 2018 DC Solar, rest in peace, 2018 Vegas Race 1 car. This car came out at a time right before I was interested in diecasts in terms of when you were pre-ordering it. So the first diecast that I really bought, as I said in the last video, was the 2018 Chase Elliott car. And obviously Vegas would have been, or maybe after that, I don't know, maybe for some reason I just wasn't into XFINITY cars. Something. All I know is last year I actually didn't buy this car. And it actually took me a long time to find someone who was actually selling it. And it ended up being from some local, and not local to me, but some like local level diecast person in Georgia, and I'm in New York. So basically thankfully they had an online store where I could just buy it from, and they have quite a few of them, but they're the only place that has them left. So I thought it would be cool to show off this car, especially with everyone really liking Chastain a lot, as they should, because he is a great driver. And hopefully he wins the truck championship here in 5-6 weeks, however long the season has left. Hopefully that happens. But so we'll take a look at his Race 1 car here, because I think this is actually a really cool car in terms of the way it looks. And video may not do it justice as well, but I have a link to the Instagram down below, to the drivenDiecast Instagram channel, where you can actually go ahead and see some photos I took of it, and where I've enhanced some of the kind of dirt and things on it to make it look really cool. So yeah, we're going to open this up and then we'll, look around the car and we'll go from there. All right, so here is Ross Chastain's 2018 Las Vegas XFINITY win car. You'll see that we have the 4 wins up there in the corner. Obviously not all Chastain, but rather just the XFINITY car here in general, even though he should have technically had 2 if Kevin Harvick and him didn't get into it. That earlier race where I don't remember, Richmond, was it? I think it was Richmond. I don't remember. 2018 is kind of a blur at this point, but as you can see, this car is very white, like super white. Tyler Reddick's car, if you've seen the photos I've put on Instagram, if I uploaded those yet, or the diecast video that I did on his cars, those cars are pretty white. This car is extremely white. It is bright, like a deep white, but the saturation level is really high. So it's like very vibrant white. If that's even something you can really kind of say. But yeah, this is your typical DC solar scheme. RIP again, obviously, due to the nature of what they did or didn't do in a lot of cases. But you got to admit, their scheme was always really nice looking. We have the super light blue and then the darker blue, the 40. It's just a really nice looking car. And it makes me sad because we could have had Chastain in this all year this year, and probably had quite a few wins in it as well, being that Ganassi being the powerhouse that it was in the XFINITY series. So yeah, we have some dirt, some grime, not too much of it, but enough to make you know that it's a Race 1 car. We actually have a little bit back here on the rear quarter panel as well. A little bit of the writing off of the Goodyear tires here, not a ton, but enough to make you know that he hit something at some point. Or got into another car or whatever the case may be. The front of the car here, I guess we're going to switch it up and do the front next. It's not autographed, which is going to be my biggest complaint, because all the other diecasts that I've bought of Ross Chastain's are going to be autographed. But this one was offered an autograph for like $10 more, but I can't find an autograph. And it's like, I'll even pay like $20 extra on eBay or something for a premium that someone's going to sell it for. Couldn't find it. So I'm going to have to take this to a track someday and just be like, Chastain, please sign my diecast. So maybe one day. But we have what I think is really cool about this one. And let me zoom in. Hopefully it will focus up, being that close to the camera here. We have a lot of dirt right here on the front, as well as down here on the front splitter here. You'll see like it's obviously shooting up because you're cutting through the air, which is really cool. And I just think it's a a really, really nice looking car. The DC Solar scheme, as I said before, it's probably one of my favorite schemes. I love the Napa scheme, and obviously I'm biased as a Chase Elliott fan, but the DC Solar schemes that Larson, Chastain, and was Reddick also in a DC Solar when he won? I don't think he was. I think he was in one of his own sponsor schemes, but it's still cool. And then this side of the car, we'll zoom back out a little bit here. Kind of the same thing, not too much damage. It looks like we got a little bit down here, just some nicks and bangs and scrapes across the sides of it here. So not a ton, but more that would display on a darker colored car. So that's really cool. And I guess we have something going on up there too, a little scraping. It looks almost like a door handle on the top there. And then the rear of the car, as it become a broken record on this these videos so far, not much going on the rear of the vehicle. It just looks pretty typical, like if you were to buy the scheme non-race one. There's not any, there may be a little bit here, but it's really nitpicky as to where you see anything. But yeah, otherwise it's a really cool car. I'm very happy with being able to own this, and I paid $6 more than it was worth. Well, not necessarily worth, because it's worth more than that to me in terms of collecting all of Chastain's wins that I'm going to do. Just like my thing is I want to collect race 1 cars over everything else. So like I will own every Chase Elliott win that he gets over his career, every Chastain win in both trucks, XFINITY, when he eventually gets the cup, because he'll get there. Ganassi will get him there. He's too good of a driver to not get a chance at some point. But if he gets any wins there, I'll get everything. And between him, between Chastain, Elliott, Bowman, and Byron, I want to get all of their race win cars throughout their careers, and then anyone else that I find fun along the way. Maybe even Tyler Reddick, depending on what his schemes look like and how well he does. But he's in RCR equipment, so shouldn't expect a ton from him in that, but we'll see. Maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised in the next couple of years in that 8 car. But yeah, other than that, we're all set in this video. Ross Chastain's 2018 DC Solar RIP Las Vegas win car. It's really cool. Let me know what you think about this one in the comments, because obviously I'm really high on the scheme, and I just want to know if other people like the scheme nearly as much as I did, because I've really liked this scheme. So yeah, again, there will be a link in the description down below to all the socials, to Instagram and Twitter. You will see on Instagram this car with photos already uploaded of it. So if you wanted to get a closer look or a more, I don't know, a different look or anything like that, you can look over there and follow there for more diecast as well. I'm more likely to take photos before I am to make a video on a vehicle, just because it's easier to just take photos and get that uploaded than it is for a video. So yeah, you'll probably find them there first. And yeah, we should be, if we haven't already, gotten the Chase Elliott and the Kevin Harvick Millennial schemes, which should be probably maybe showing up before this. We'll see, because I want to upload those more or less as soon as I get them that same week. So you may have already seen those, in which case, cool. Hope you like them. And if not, they should be coming up here pretty soon as well.